Hello and welcome to the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit in Germany for round 3 of the South African simGT series. This is race 1 of 2, of course, for our sprint format. And I'm Jason Holden-Jones and I'll be taking you through this round 3 action. Bashir Jadwat for Squadra Ghostworks has placed his BMW on pole position. Boyd Bryson, our winner from round 2 at Silverstone, will start from 2nd position. Championship leader Jason Amsmeyer starts from 3rd position, ahead of Chris Heineke, who had a season best qualifying session, to start from 4th position. Our race 1 winner from round 1 at Donington, Jonathan Makhatsi, starts from 5th position, ahead of Jordan Chirat. Marcus Dane starts from 7th position, ahead of Gabriel Rousseau for 8th. Philip Lartican from 9th, Chris Brown from 10th, Kat James from 11th, Mark Hembry 12th, Johannes Kutsia 13th, Jason Holden-Jones in 14th position, Steve Smith in 15th, Jacques de Villiers in 16th, Brett Lindsay Ray in 17th, Mark McGee in 18th, Osman Fali in 19th position. Mentioned before, Jason Amsmeyer currently leads the Drivers' Championship by just 3 points from Jonathan Makhatsi and 4 from Boyd Bryson. Of course, after this round, the worst 2 rounds from the season so far will be dropped for each driver, and that will be used to calculate the final championship standings at the end of the season. Watch Bashir Jadwat approaching the final corners of the formation lap. Jadwat will speed up from the chicane. He is permitted to do so from here, and off he goes. He seems to have a decent gap back to Boyd Bryson. Jadwat's caught Bryson napping here a little bit. And Bryson immediately under pressure from Jason Amsmeyer in the number 19 Rev Limit Racing Nissan. In turn has got a gap back to Chris Heineke in 4th position. To watch Bashir Jadwat in our in-rig footage, on board in the car. We go through the Castrol corner for the first time and into turn 2, which forms part of the Mercedes-Benz arena. Got a healthy gap back to Bryson already. Bryson's already closed the gap to him. 2 Nissans of Amsmeyer and Heineke in close quarters. Makhatsi very close behind Jordan Chirat there in 6th position. Chirat, of course, will be looking for a good result after a difficult round during round 1 at Donington, and then an absence during the endurance round at Silverstone. Going strong at the moment in 5th position. Bryson in the meantime is very close to our race leader Jadwat. Through the Hudson Becks kink, Bryson now ever so close to Jadwat. Will he have a go into the NGK chicane? No, Jadwat has got him covered under braking. Mine now starting to close the gap to the 2 front running cars. Chirat is also much closer to Heineke. Jonathan Makhatsi now approaching Castrol corner. Marcus Dane with a move on Gabriel Rousseau for 7th position. Rousseau immediately trying to come back at Stain. Will he ever go into the Mercedes-Benz arena? He does so, up the inside he goes. Can Stain covering for the next corner? Yes he can. car, the Nissan should work towards Rousseau's advantage down the short straight towards turn 6, and he is alongside of him. He goes for the move and he makes it stick. Great racecraft there by Rousseau. We look back now from Rousseau at Steyn. GTR immediately pulls the gap away from the BMW of Marcus Steyn. Larticon now very close to Steyn in the McLaren. Steyn under quite a bit of pressure during these opening laps. Right on board now with Chris Brown. Go through turn 11 and then turn 12. Watch Chris Brown on our in-rig footage. He's got the drive on Philip Larticon. Will he pass him around the outside of the kink? Yes, he does. Wow, Larticon does well to avoid Brown there. Brown very aggressive there around the kink. Under braking now for the NGK chicane, closing up on Steyn. Later on we look at Chris Brown, who has gotten much closer to Marcus Steyn, approaching turn 11 now. Brown with a good run through there now, through the right-hander, which is turn 12. He will get the better drive down the back straight. Here comes Brown now up the outside. No, he isn't. He just decides to back off, looking for a better line through the NGK chicane. Steyn runs deep and therefore wide. Brown is going to get the drive now on Steyn towards the final corner. And Brown has got that move done. Great stuff by him. Larticon also wants a piece of action now. Here comes the white McLaren. Up the inside, no, he pulls out of the move, not quite close enough to Steyn. On board with Larticon, but he's lost out through that Castro corner, which is turn 1. Later on in the race, Bryson got much closer to Judd Watt, using the superior power of the Nissan GTR down the main straight to pass Judd Watt and to become the new race leader. The 81 Nissan GTR running very well here at the Nürburgring. Judd Watt now trying to figure out his way past the Nissan GTR. On the same lap, Judd Watt got a great drive through the Michael Schumacher S's to pull alongside Bryson and outbrake him into turn 11 to take back that race lead. There's two front runners fighting between themselves has allowed Alsma in third position to close the gap towards him. Meanwhile, Charat's got a good run on Bryson. Very close to him through the kink. I think we'll go for a move under braking for the NGK chicane. He does so, trying to go on the outside. There's contact. Charat forced wide and over the rumble strips of the S's. Boyd Bryson peeling off into the pits for an unscheduled pit stop. That's a big blow to the number 81 AGBS Nissan GTR. In comes Bryson. Rousseau runs wide into the kitty litter at the Dunlop corner. This allows Chris Brown to close the gap towards him. Brown has got a good run through the Michael Schumacher S's. We watch him on board again now in our in-rig footage, looking for that high-speed slipstreaming effect. Under braking now for turn 11. Brown closes up again. He will get the better drive onto the back straight. The Nissan GTR running wide there. And Brown taps off there so not to run into the back of the GTR, but it would have compromised his exit. And yes, here comes Marcus Steyn. around the inside, through the kink. Would he get him under braking for the NGK chicane? No, he decides to opt out of it, and wisely so. We now watch the three-way battle for third position in the M-Class. Mark McGear defending that third position from Gert James and Brett Lindsay-Ray. So you watch now Brett Lindsay-Ray with an aggressive move now to overtake Mark McGear for that third position. McGear will be looking to come back at him on the run to the final corner of the track. But then Lindsay-Ray hasn't covered. Moving to third position. Sets off after second place man in class, Steve Smith. We now watch the 10th position battle between Johannes Coetzee and Jason Holden-Jones. These two have been going at it for the length of the race so far. Holden-Jones having a good run out of the final corner to briefly run side to side with the Nissan GTR. But of course the power of that GTR showing, putting ahead of the Lotus. Lotus will close up under braking as we see here from our onboard shots. Coetzee running wide through turn 1, enabled Holden-Jones to have a run on him around the outside through turn 2. Powering his way out, and the Lotus has got the Nissan GTR around the outside. He's still going through the Mercedes-Benz arena, but Holden-Jones will have the better line through turn 4. Red footage of Johannes Coetzee driving his Nissan GTR fully alongside of the Lotus Evora. Evora again with a better line through turn 6. Holden-Jones maintains a 10th position down the short straight towards the Dunlop corner. Can the Nissan GTR get a good drive out of Dunlop corner and challenge the Lotus through the Michael Schumacher S's? Look who's joined the party is our former race leader Boyd Bryson. He's caught up to these two after his unscheduled pit stop. Challenging for 10th position as well. See under big pressure from Bryson. They're just pushing very hard. They're running wide between turn 11 and turn 12. Bryson has got a good run on Coetzee here towards the kink. Will Bryson get Coetzee under braking for the NGK chicane? After trading a bit of paint, it is Bryson who moves up into 11th position. And now I'll go after Holden-Jones for that 10th position. Now look at the battle for second position between the two Rev Limit Racing Nissans of Jason Osma and Jordan Surratt. Surratt now very close to Osma through the final corner. Looking for the slipstream effect down the main straight. Here comes Surratt up the inside of Osmeyer. Seems to have him. Can Osmeyer use the better momentum? Oh no, there's a bit of contact there. And Osmeyer runs wide. Through goes Surratt into second position. Falling back down the order, Chris Heineke found himself under pressure from Boyd Bryson for 8th position. Look at the battle for 7th. The Bryson with a move up the inside of Heineke, but they make contact. Around goes Heineke. I suspect Boyd Bryson is going to wait for Heineke to rejoin in front of him. doing the right thing. Through goes Heineke back into 8th position after losing a position to Brown. But in the end it was Bashir Jadwat who claimed victory of race 1 at the Nürburgring. The 5th different winner from the first 5 races of the championship. Turning out to be a very competitive championship. You see Jordan Chirac coming through to claim his season best finish of 2nd ahead of teammate Jason Absmeyer. Gabriel So too with a season best position finish of 4th ahead of Marcus Stein, who will finish ahead of Philip Lotterkhan in the McLaren. It's an action-packed race for Chris Brown. He will finish in 7th. Season best performance so far for Chris Heineke earns him 8th position overall ahead of Boyd Bryson. Jason Holden-Jones comes through to complete the top 10 ahead of Mark Embry and Johannes Kutze in 12th. Steve Smith just beats Mark McGeer for an overall position of 13th, but 2nd in class. Just scrapes through ahead of Mark McGeer. Finishes in 5th position in class. Jacques de Villiers finishes in 15th ahead of Kat James. Osman Fali will finish in 17th position. Well, that concludes race 1 of the sprint round at the Nürburgring circuit. From me, Jason Holden-Jones, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until round 4 at Mugello, cheers for now.